Hey, so welcome to Chapter 7. In this project, we're going to be building a CSS image gallery, which will also use some jQuery to do certain functions. So this will be an image gallery with sortable categories, and that's one thing we're going to use jQuery for, is to filter and sort our images by category without having to actually create multiple pages for each category. So we'll basically look at the attribute. We're going to add some data attributes to the images, and depending on what that attribute is, it'll get filtered. It's also going to have a nice fade effect. So when we click on a category name, the images will kind of fade out, and then those category images will fade in. We're also going to use a jQuery plugin called FancyBox, which will allow us to click on an image and have it open up in a lightbox. If you're going to have an image gallery, just having thumbnails isn't really going to cut it. You need some way to view those images. And the FancyBox plugin works really well, and you can actually scroll through like a slideshow using the lightbox. We're going to create a very simple logo in Photoshop. Basically, I wasn't even going to use this in the chapter, but I figured I'd throw it in case anyone was wondering how to create a basic logo. Basically, we're just going to use the text tool and just add a border or a stroke to the text. And we're also going to be, it's going to be a responsive layout, so we're going to deal with media queries as well. So we have the project introduction. The simple logo with Photoshop will be section 2. Section 3 will be the HTML and CSS. Chapter 4 will integrate the FancyBox plugin, and Chapter 5 will create our jQuery category filters. So you'll learn very basic Photoshop, clean HTML5 markup, filtering HTML using jQuery, and I know that this is a CSS course and not a jQuery course, but if you're going to get into web development, I would highly suggest learning jQuery as well, as it's extremely popular. The FancyBox jQuery plugin, which we're just going to integrate. We're not really going to write any code for that. We just need to plug it in, basically. And responsive CSS. So that's it, and I will see you in the next video.